Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting. I appreciate you being here at the channel today. And for you folks that are visiting our channel for the first time, if you just found us, please hit that subscribe button and please hit that like button as well. Now, for you folks who want to learn more about me, learn more about my company, please check out the links below to find out more of what we do and how we can help you grow and develop your business. And a couple things I would suggest taking a look at. Take a look at our courses. In our course section, we have now the Gym Management Playbook. And this was really designed for anybody who's looking to shorten the learning curve and who's looking to improve bottom line profitability. And so if you're new to the industry, you want to learn more, you want to learn it quickly, check it out. If you're just getting started, you're new at this, check it out. And then if you're in the industry and you're struggling a bit, check it out, see if it's for you. It's specifically designed to help you shorten that learning curve and really ramp up quickly, to online profitability. And then number two, I know we have a lot of folks that are part of the channel that are looking to open new facilities or investigating the possibilities for doing this. And check out the gym funding link below, where you can potentially qualify for as much as $250,000 in funding, with no collateral. So with that said, let's get into our topic today. And this is 6 crucial questions to ask your gym sales team about the customer. Okay, so when we're talking to the prospects, when we're talking to folks coming in, these are 6 crucial questions we need to ask. Now, with that said, one of the things that we will do, in clubs, one of the things that we have found that is very beneficial in helping to improve, the enrollment rate, the closing percentage of folks that come in, is we'll utilize what we call a tour log sheet. And so the way it works is customer comes in, if they elect not to buy, we will sit down, we being the manager or someone of that nature, will sit down with the person that took them through, and we'll go through a series of questions to really understand, hopefully, why the customer did not buy. And we do it from a standpoint of our own accountability. It's never going to be, oh, they're not interested, oh, they didn't have the money, oh, they weren't going to do anything anyway. We are the ones that are accountable here because we want to take that approach that it's our job to, increase that value, because what we know to be true is that when value exceeds price, people will buy. So we're constantly looking at this. So 6 crucial questions to ask your sales team about your prospects, your customers that are coming in. Okay. So number 1, what does the customer's typical, buying process look like? What is the buying process of your typical customer? Do we understand this? Do we know where they're at, when they come in? Or even when we're talking to them on the phone, do we know where they are at? From cold to sold, and everything in the middle, are they at 90% sold? Are they at 20% and they're closer to cold? What does the customer's typical buying process look like? And what has to happen for them to navigate through this? Things like trust and things like certainty and understanding their own powerful why and believing they can do it and believing they're going to fit in. And, a lot of things are involved in this. So talk to your team. What do they understand this? What does the customer's buying process look like? And how do we understand, where they're at? What questions do we ask to find out where they're at? Number 2, how do you define a sales-ready lead? How do you define a sales-ready lead? Okay, and it's kind of like the same thing I'm talking about with when you're making phone calls and going from cold to sold. What's the difference between someone who's at 20% and maybe someone who's at 90%? It can be things like confidence and trust and belief and they know what their goals are, they know what the super objectives are, a lot of those things. But also what it might be is they're finally ready to make a change. They are, in a manner of speaking, they're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Okay, so how do we define a sales-ready lead? When we're doing our follow-up, or when you're taking a customer through. Number 3, the people that you talk to, okay, do they know your gym's value proposition? Do they know your differentiation? What makes you so special? Where's the value in your company? Where's the differentiation? Do your customers know this, whether it be on the phone or in person? Okay? And maybe even better, does our staff know this? Are we taking the time to really differentiate ourselves with the competition? Because if we're not, it's going to have a tendency to come down to price. And unless you're the cheapest one, you're probably not going to win. And even if you are the cheapest one, they still might want to check around a little bit. Okay, so do your prospects, your customers, they know your value proposition? Do they know your differentiation? What makes you so unique? What are you doing in the marketplace that nobody else is doing? Number 4, how many people are typically involved in the buying decision? Okay, is it spouse? Is it family? Is it friends? Is it a group of folks at work? If you're doing a corporate sale, who's involved in that? How many people are typically involved in this buying decision? How do we go about doing this? Are we asking those kind of questions? Okay, and even better yet, are we overcoming those objections? While we talk to somebody. One of my favorite ones, typically if it's a spouse, okay, and we're finding out goals and why those goals are important, we might ask, hey, well, tell me, what kind of goals does your spouse have for you? Oh, well, he wants me to look like I did the day we first got married. Okay, fantastic. Well, we can help you do that. And so you start to find out who else is involved, and you can specifically ask it, particularly if it's in a corporate, kind of a setting. But how many people are involved in the buying decision? Is it just them? Let's find out. But do we know this? Do we know? Because the more we understand all this, the easier this really is, not only for us, but also for your customer. Okay. Number 5, what are the most common questions that our customers ask? What are the most common questions that our customers ask when we're on the phone, in person? And so one of the things that I suggest you do is make a list of all those questions. Okay? And maybe it's, well, hey, how much does it cost? And how do we want to answer that? Because we just don't want to give them a menu of every single thing that we have, okay? It's going to completely overwhelm them, okay? And so what are the most common questions that our prospect asks? And I do this on the phone all the time when we're doing training. Make a list of all the questions that you anticipate and how do you want to answer it? Because one of the things you want to remember just in conversation is that usually the person who's asking the question, that's who's usually kind of controlling this. And it's really easy if the customer starts asking these questions, we get back on our heels, and now all of a sudden we find ourselves not really finding out a whole lot, about the customer. So what are the most common questions that the customer will ask? Okay. And then number 6, what are the biggest reasons a prospect doesn't sign up? What are the biggest reasons? I want to think about it. I want to talk to a spouse. I want to check other clubs. It's the money. Okay. And what we want to know, and what I want to suggest for you, is when you look at this is a training opportunity. Because if you have a salesperson that's continually getting the same objections, the same reasons over and over and over, well, one of two things. Let's quit giving them folks that have that criteria. If they can't overcome a spouse objection, let's don't put them in front of someone who's married. Okay, but then also teach them how to handle that. Teach them how to work with that so that you can not only overcome it, but because ultimately what we're trying to do is we're trying to help solve the customer's problem. So what are the biggest reasons that a prospect doesn't join your facility? What are the biggest reasons? And now that we know this, what can we do in advance to maybe fix that? Okay, and get them to want to become part of what we do. So take a look at these 6 crucial questions. Do we really understand it? Is this happening? Okay, I promise you all these things are happening, but are we understanding it, and how are we utilizing this to get better, to help our customer get the results and solve the problems that they want to solve? So folks, my name is Jim Thomas. My company is Fitness Management and Consulting. If you found the information beneficial today, please hit the like button. I appreciate it. And then also check out the links below to learn more about me and what we do to help you grow your business. And folks, we'll look forward to seeing you all on that next video.